What if I told you that the winner of FIFA World Cup 2026 might not be Argentina, it might not be France, it might not be Brazil, and it might not even be England? Because hidden behind all the headlines, all the hype, and all the superstar names, there is one team quietly building something special, a team almost nobody is talking about. A team that has all the ingredients needed to shock the world. And if things go their way, they could lift football's biggest trophy in 2026. Today we're breaking down the most dangerous dark horse heading into FIFA World Cup 2026. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand why this team could become football's biggest surprise. Every World Cup begins the same way. The football world picks its favorites. The media talks about Brazil. Fans hype up England. Everyone expects France to dominate. And of course, Argentina gets attention because of Messi's legacy. But here's the thing. History shows us that football rarely follows the script. Before 2014, very few people expected Germany to destroy Brazil 7-1. Before 2018, many experts didn't believe Croatia could reach the final. Before 2022, Morocco reaching the semi-finals sounded impossible. Yet it happened. World Cups are won by teams that peak at exactly the right time. Not always the most famous teams, not always the most expensive teams, not always the teams with the biggest stars. The teams that win are usually balanced, organized, hungry, and mentally strong. Which brings us to a nation that perfectly fits this profile. A nation that has quietly become one of the most complete teams in world football. Spain. Think about football conversations today. When people discuss World Cup favorites, they talk about France, Brazil, Argentina, England, Portugal, Germany. Spain often gets forgotten. Why? Because Spain doesn't have the same media attention. They don't have a Messi. They don't have a Ronaldo. They don't have a Mbappe-level global superstar. Instead, they have something potentially more dangerous. A complete team. No drama. No massive egos. Just talent everywhere. And that's exactly why they're flying under the radar. Most fans are sleeping on Spain, but that could be a huge mistake. Let's talk about the future, because Spain's young players are absolutely ridiculous. Lamine Yamal, a player already being compared to some of football's greatest talents. His dribbling, his creativity, his confidence, it's scary. Then you have Pedri, one of the smartest midfielders in football. His vision makes difficult passes look easy. Then comes Gavi, a player who fights for every ball like his life depends on it. Add Nico Williams, one of the most explosive wingers in Europe, Alejandro Balde, Pau Cubarsí, Fermín Lopez, and suddenly you realize something. Spain isn't just good now. They are getting better every year. Most of these players will enter FIFA 2026 at the perfect age, young enough to be energetic, old enough to be experienced. That's a dangerous combination. World Cups are often decided in midfield, and Spain might have the strongest midfield setup on earth. Football fans know this. Control the midfield. Control the game. And nobody controls games better than Spain. For decades, Spain has produced elite midfielders. Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets. Now a new generation has arrived. Pedri, Gavi, Zubimendi, Fermín, Merino, Ruiz. Every one of them is comfortable under pressure. They keep possession. They create chances. They frustrate opponents. Imagine chasing the ball for 90 minutes. That's what many teams face against Spain. By the final stages of a tournament, that constant pressure breaks teams mentally. Here's where things get scary. Spain's biggest strength isn't their attack. It isn't their midfield. It's their system. Modern football is no longer about collecting superstars. It's about creating systems. And Spain has one of the best footballing identities in the world. Every youth team plays similarly. Every player understands the philosophy. Every player knows their role. Compare that to teams relying on individual brilliance. If one star gets injured, everything changes. Spain doesn't depend on one player. Remove one piece. Another quality player replaces him. The machine keeps running. That's championship football. Now let's compare them with other contenders. France? Amazing talent, but squad management could become difficult. Too many stars, too many expectations. Brazil? Always dangerous. But recent World Cups have shown inconsistency. England? Incredible squad. Yet they repeatedly struggle under pressure. Portugal? Talented, but aging key players remain a concern. Argentina? Still elite, but time catches everyone. Several core players from 2022 will be older in 2026. Meanwhile, Spain keeps getting younger, faster, stronger, and more experienced every year. That trend matters a lot. Want to know the biggest reason Spain could shock the world? Pressure, or rather, the lack of it. Nobody expects them to win, and that's powerful. Look at recent tournament winners. Many succeeded because they played freely, without carrying impossible expectations. Spain enters 2026 with less pressure than France, less pressure than Brazil, less pressure than England. That freedom allows players to perform naturally, and in knockout football, confidence is everything. They're easy. Spain still needs several things to go right. Players must stay healthy. Young stars must continue developing. Defensive mistakes must be minimized, and they need a little luck. Every champion gets lucky at some point. But if these pieces fall into place, Spain could become unstoppable. Not because they're the most famous, not because they're the richest, but because they are the most complete. So here's the question. While everyone is watching Brazil, France, Argentina, and England, are we all ignoring the team that could actually win it all? Because history tells us World Cups are often won by teams that arrive quietly, teams nobody fears at first, teams nobody talks about, until suddenly they're lifting the trophy, and that team might just be Spain. What do you think? Can Spain win FIFA World Cup 2026? Or is there another dark horse that nobody is talking about? Let me know in the comments.